Hello and welcome. I'm Claire Jones and this is Shaky Scissors, a channel that's designed and dedicated to helping with stress, anxiety and well-being within the salon. I really hope you enjoy what I'm about to share with you all, and if you do, please give a big thumbs up or leave a comment, or if you would like to know more about what I've got to share, then please subscribe to this channel. So, what is Shaky Scissors and what is it about? So Shaky Scissors is actually the result of my own personal journey. I suffer with stress and anxiety, and actually up until about 5 years ago, I didn't even realise that that's what it was. I'd always just assumed that that's how I was, and that's how I was always going to be, because that was just me, which actually is a terrifying place to be in that world of feeling so anxious and stressed. So it was only about 5 years ago that I actually more or less had a breakdown, and it was at that point I accepted that it wasn't normal to feel that way, and I decided to get help. And it was at that point that my life really began to change for the better. So I decided to look into ways of self-help, self-healing, holistic therapies, and it really did unleash this massive, massive need to know more and to learn more, this like passion to just help myself to feel better. And this is what I want to, this is why I'm really so passionate about sharing it, sharing the tips and tools that I use every day, even now still, every day within the salon. And it's not just about being in the salon, but a lot of my anxiety would be in the salon. You know, I would be absolutely traumatized if somebody asked for a colour change. I'd be so nervous about you know I, doing something new, going on courses. I'd be so anxious about doing that because I'd have all these thoughts whizzing around in my head and they were just so uncontrollable. And so this is what I want to do. I want to share my passion as well as the knowledge that I've accumulated over all these years, so to help other stylists who suffer with anxiety or depression, or who just in general feel nervous and lack confidence in the salon, to encourage you to, you don't have to stay in that place. You can overcome it. You can learn to deal with the situations, and you can learn to deal with the mental chatter in your mind to become the person and the stylist and the artist that you really, really want to be. It held me back for so long, and it really is only these past couple of years, few years, that I've really pushed myself and driven myself to experience more and do more and learn more, because I've had these tools in place to enable me to start to do that. And that is why I am hugely passionate about sharing this with you. So I'm not suggesting that this replaces treatments such as psychotherapy or, what the doctor suggests and things like that. This isn't a replacement for any of those things. This is tools to help you in the salon alongside whatever other treatment is working best for you, and what you have been advised medically and professionally in that area. And what I've decided to do is to give 5 tips of how to help with stress and anxiety in the salon. Number 1 would be to accept. So the biggest one of all is to actually accept that you're feeling anxious, because for a long time I would just really just bat it off and pretend it wasn't happening. It's not there, just ignore it, it'll go away. And I was sort of like faking it till I make it, but never actually making it, if you get what I mean. So the biggest thing that you'll probably do is to accept it And the minute you accept it, it opens lots of other channels, you know, and new ways of thinking, because you're accepting that you need to change and that this isn't working for you anymore, the way that you've been dealing with it. So that's number one, is to accept. So number two is to share. So opening up to family or friends or your manager or a colleague will really allow you to be supported, and even just getting it out in the open and off your chest, that's a massive weight lifted in itself, and you'll instantly start to feel better. So I would recommend sharing it with family and friends and your work colleagues, so that you could get the support that you need to start to make the changes that are going to help to make you feel better. So number three is prepare. And what I mean by this is preparing yourself mentally for your day. I used to be an absolute nightmare for waking up in the morning, rushing, you know, last minute lil. I'd get to work, I'd have 5 minutes, I hadn't even took my coat off properly before my first client was walking in, and that's automatically setting you up with that anxious feeling first thing in the morning, which isn't a good feeling to carry on throughout your day. So what I now do is I get to work that little bit earlier, give myself, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to have a drink, get my diary, look at what I've got set out of the day, and it just puts it in your mind, what you've got lay out for the day. It sort of sets you up mentally. You're prepared, you've looked, you're calm because you've had a little minute, you've had a drink, you're ready to go then. So yeah, I'd advise getting to work that little bit earlier. And also, preparing yourself for certain jobs that you might be anxious about. So if I've got, a particular job that I feel a little bit nervous about and it's causing that stir of anxiety, I would have prepared before then to look at how I was going to do it, obviously doing all your tests as well, your strand tests and things like that, so that and you're prepared to do that job with the best of your ability. And I'm not saying we're never going to get anxious over jobs, because obviously we are. We want to do our best and we do get a bit anxious, but it's trying your best to reduce the anxiety by eliminating as many things as you can. And that will set you up to perform better and to do a better job and to be more relaxed with your clients. Okay, so that is number three. So number four is self-care. And this covers such a massive range of things, and it's finding what self-care is to you. Self-care to me is meditation. Self-care for me is going to the gym and feeling strong and healthy. But within the salon, one thing of self-care that hairdressers never allow themselves, or we very rarely do, is to allow ourselves a lunch break. And it's so important that we allow ourselves to have this little break, to be able to, give our body what it needs to cope with the rest of the day. And it's so important that we allow ourselves that. So if you're ever only going to do one thing of self-care in the salon or self-care in general, please allow yourself, even if it's just 15-20 minutes, to have your lunch break, have a glass of water, a cup of tea, whichever, and just sit down and have that minute. And so my final one is breathe. It sounds so simple, but actually this is probably the most life-saving tool I could ever give when you're suffering with anxiety and when you have that moment of madness or sheer panic in the salon. You haven't got time to do meditations, this, that and the other. You need an immediate thing, and it's to just breathe. So what I do, if I feel overwhelmed, I will literally take a deep breath in through my nose, pause for a couple of seconds, and then let it slowly go out through your mouth. So I'll just demonstrate for you. So I go. The out breath is a little bit longer than the in breath. And what this does, it just completely will relax the shoulders, the anxiety, the chest where it's all built up. And it actually releases the chemicals that flood your body when you have that fight or flight feeling. And it brings you back into the present moment, which allows you then to be present, to realize, to get yourself out that panic in your head, and to realize that you are okay, and you can put your focus back on where it needs to be, which is the task that you're doing. So there we have it, 5 tips to help you with stress and anxiety in the salon. Accept, share, prepare, self-care, and breathe. So thank you for listening. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd like to learn more and you're ready to shake all that off, please subscribe, and I will be posting so many more things to help you in the salon and to help you with your anxiety. So I'm Claire Jones, this is Shaky Scissors, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.